friends, get ready because we are going to talk about the best 2024 spring trends for your carrot body type. And why is this important? Well, I'm going to tell you because each body type has a very specific way of how it achieves balance. Essentially, what is the best way to dress your individual body type? And we all want to look our best, right? But we also want to look current too. So in this episode of the Adore Your Wardrobe show, yours truly is going to share with you a few of the best spring trends for your individual carrot body type. We're going to talk about styles, cuts, and colors so that you can stay on trend while also making sure dressing the best way possible. Win-win, right? And the best part is I am going to include links for everything that I'm showing you today, and you're going to be able to have a guide that will end up in your email box completely free. Let's get to it. Hey everybody, it's Kelly Snyder from Adore Your Wardrobe, and if this is the very first episode that you have ever seen, I just want to say welcome. I am so glad you are here. I run an online fashion education program called Adore Your Wardrobe, and I've been doing it for the last 8 years. And in that time, I have helped thousands of women demystify fashion through body symmetry formulas that are based in math and science. I help break down the formulas of creating an amazeball outfits, including the right cuts, styles, colors, and accessories for your specific body type. So inside of my program, we talk about that you need 3 individual things in order to have an amazing outfit. And those 3 things are 1, clothes that work with your body, not against it, also known as how you achieve horizontal balance for your body type. Number 2, that fit. And then number 3, that they're in your style. So again, clothes that work with your body, not against it, that fit, and are in your style. And in today's video, I'm going to help you do all 3 of those as we dive into the 2024 trends for spring. And I'll give you a few examples of the ones that I think are going to work best for your carrot body type. Now, if you have not seen our carrot video over there, I would encourage you to go look at it. Inside that video is how to dress a carrot body type. I get into a lot of the specifics in regards to how to achieve horizontal balance that is based upon the standard that is the hourglass. There's a lot of good information in there. And the reason that we talk about the hourglass and we talk about how to achieve it based on the standard is that most women do not have an hourglass naturally. We have to trick the eye into essentially seeing our hourglass where there isn't one through the way that we dress. And I refer to this trickery as a body type's illusion of balance goal. And for a carrot, they have an hourglass that is full on top. They need help defining their midpoint and filling the lower part of their hourglass in order to look balanced. Okay, trend number 1 for a carrot that I think is outstanding for 2024 spring clothing is cargo wide leg jeans. Okay, let's start with denim. And the reason I love to start with denim is because of the fact that it is constantly evolving and constantly changing. We usually see new trends that come out in spring and fall, and this year it is no exception. So the jean of the season, as I call it, is a cargo jean. I love this wide leg cargo jean for a carrot because not only is it an easy to wear trend, which I think is super important, but this style does a lot of the heavy lifting in order for you to achieve balance. And I'm showcasing the Absolution Color Block wide leg cargo jean in medium blue from Wit and Wisdom. Okay, here is why I love this jean for a carrot. Number 1 is they are a true wide leg. Now, wide legs can come in kind of a lot of different styles. They'll consistently call them wide legs, but there's a little bit of difference in regards to their individual style. This particular cargo that we're looking at is going to be starting at the hip and going straight down from it. So they're going to be the same width at the hip all the way to the hemline. And that's a little different. There's wide legs that are straight leg, meaning they start at the thigh and go all the way down. There's barrel jeans that actually go wider than the thigh. But these are a true wide leg in the fact that at the hip, going down to the hemline is all of the same width. And the reason I love these for a carrot is that it really does provide some fullness in the bottom part of your hourglass. Like we said before, you're already blessed with an hourglass that is full on top. We're trying to get some fullness going down in the bottom. And again, this particular style of wide leg is going to be able to do that. Okay, the next thing that I love about these jeans is the color block and the fact of the lower pocket detail. Most cargo pants are going to have a pocket right on the thigh. This one goes a little bit lower, as you can see in the picture. You're actually going to have that pocket going right about, just a little bit below the knee, and I absolutely adore the color block. Provides a ton of visual interest in the bottom part of your hourglass, which again is what you're looking for. You need help filling that up, and these two elements do that. So it's, again, a piece of clothing that is doing the heavy lifting for you in regards to your outfit. Okay, and then finally, I love these jeans just in general because they have so much style to them. These are not your run-of-the-mill jeans that you see, just hanging out at Gap or hanging out at Old Navy. These are jeans that you are going to enjoy wearing now. They're going to hang in your closet. You're going to wear them often and often and often. But they're also a pair of jeans that, let's say that the trends change and then come back around again. You're going to pull from these again because they are so original. And it's not very often that jeans steal the show, and these jeans do that. So keep the rest of your outfit very simple and just let the jeans be the star of your outfit. Trend number 2 for my carrots is polished preppy and lilac. Okay, so the polished preppy trend actually started in 2023, but again, we're seeing it in 2024. And while this trend in general can work for all body types, it can be a little bit harder for carrots to pull off because of the collar. So many of the preppy collars that we see are the Johnny collars. They're a little bit more wider. They're a little bit more elongated. So as a carrot, you don't want more visual interest in that upper part of your hourglass. So you have to look for something that's a little bit more refined. Again, you still want it to be a collar, still want it to look preppy, but you want the color to be a little bit more subtle versus some of the oversized that we're seeing. Okay, so this particular top is from Macy's, and it works for a couple reasons. One, because of the color that I said, but the other thing that I really love is the contrasting colored buttons. So these buttons do a really good job of helping to define that midpoint, while at the same time, we don't have the oversized collar, so we're not bringing too much attention up to the top. So again, just a really nice and subtle top that'll work really well for a carrot going into the summer months. You can wear it again by itself, so wear it with shorts or skirts or a skirt, or it also makes a really good base layer that you could wear a darker colored denim jacket or even a darker colored blazer over it, again, for those transitional months. And then finally, I love the fact that it's lilac. So again, not only are styles of clothing, trending or less trending, but also we see colors trending more or less at different periods of time. So lilac is one of the it colors for spring. So again, this is just a great way of providing a little freshness, a little current into your wardrobe. And you get a twofer, right? So you get to have kind of that preppy, polished look, and at the same time bringing lilac in as well. Trend number 3 is Mary Jane with the mesh. Okay, this shoe is just super fun. It's super original. It's super kind of out there a little bit like the jeans, but it's a really fresh take on the mesh trend that we are seeing going into the spring. So this is going to be a 4-dip shoe as well. I always love when you can take like an item and double dip it, having 2 trends or 3 trends or 4 trends, kind of give you more bang for your buck. And this is a 4-dipper. So you are going to see the mesh, which is what we're going to talk about for the most. You're going to see a ballet flat, okay? You're going to see a Mary Jane because it has the strap and the color red. So all 4 of these things are trending this spring: the mesh, the ballet flat, the Mary Jane, and the color red. So again, this ends up being like a shoe that you can end up wearing and then feel super current because it hits all 4. Okay. And while ballet flats and Mary Janes and red shoes have been trending since last fall, this shoe is a little bit different and, in my opinion, better because of all of the mesh detail. It feels super, super fresh as compared to, say, a traditional Mary Jane or a traditional ballet flat or just another pair of red shoes. The contrast of the color red And then also the contrast with the mesh is going to help provide some visual interest in the bottom part of your hourglass, again, which is what you're looking for as a carrot. You want to feel more of the bottom part of your hourglass versus the top. So these shoes are going to be able to help you do that. And then finally, this is a great shoe to wear, this ballet kind of flat shoe with a cropped pant or with a trouser jean. Okay. And I get it. I'm showing these shoes and I bet you are all having a minute where you're like, there is no way in hell, Kelly, that I'm going to wear mesh shoes. And I understand that. But what I want you to take from it is you don't necessarily have to have an all mesh shoe, but start to look for shoes that have some mesh details in them. Maybe it's a slash with mesh. Maybe it is, some mesh that's going on the sides, or again, it's different coloring that's going on with maybe some mesh details. Again, you don't have to necessarily buy this shoe, but be on the lookout for mesh because again, it's a very fresh and interesting fabric that we're bringing into shoes and accessories and clothing as well. So again, it's more about the details of the mesh than necessarily having 100% mesh shoe. Okay, I want to take a little bit of time at the end of this because we kind of just went through 3 trends and we know that there are thousands of trends that we're going to see during this spring. Like I just happened to show 3 of them that I know work really well for carrots. Again, those cargo jeans work really well. That particular top, which gets to be preppy but doesn't have the big oversized collar, works well for carrots. And then finally, again, the red mesh shoe. Now, again, that's just a taste of all the different trends that you're going to see and be inundated with, right? Like we get them from magazines or catalogs that we get in the mail. We get them from influencers that we see on social media. You see people like me that are talking about different trends that you can do, on YouTube and on Reels and on other videos. So there's a lot of chatter in regards to it. And I always want to take a moment and step back from it because, again, I'm an educator and it's what I love to do. And I love to educate a little bit so that people understand the difference between having style and following trends and how those can work together. So at the beginning of the video, I talked about that the perfect outfit was 3 equal parts. It's clothes that work with your body, not against it, also known as clothes that help you achieve horizontal balance for your body type, that fit, and are in your style. When you have all 3 of those things put together in an outfit, you are going to have an amazing outfit that fits and flatters and makes you feel super confident and amazing. But it's tricky to know the difference between trends and between style. And a lot of times people merge the 2 of them together as if they're one, and really they are 2 separate things that can work together with each other in order for you to have a wardrobe that truly is one that you adore. Okay, so in general, trends are specific styles of clothes that happen to be more or less popular during a specific period of time. This can also include colors. So again, there's specific styles or specific colors that have become more or less popular during a specific period of time. Every now and again, we will see something come out of left field that we have never seen before. It's brand new on the fashion scene. But for the most part, most of the styles that become trendy are just older trends that have been reimagined. For example, like polo tops. Polo tops have been around forever. So a polo top is not something that's necessarily new, but it's something that is trending right now, meaning that it is more popular than maybe it once was. Now, style is different. Style is intrinsic to the wearer. Something can be trendy and not necessarily be your style. And because of that, it is up to you to decide if you want to add that particular trend into your wardrobe or not. Because sometimes trends hit directly on your style, right? So if you're somebody that loves preppy clothing is going to be everywhere in every store this spring. So it's a time for you to stock up because you are going to have more selection than normal for all of these preppy clothes. But if you're not into preppy clothes, it's okay to let that trend go. Because, my friends, there's always something new around the corner at every season. But the thing that I don't want you to do is to just ignore all trends and say, I'm never adding any new pieces into my wardrobe because adding in trends strategically helps to keep your wardrobe current. So my advice, the advice I give my students all the time, is to add trends strategically into your wardrobe. You want to pick trends that work with your body type, right? That easily work with your body type, not something you've got to fight with or have to, do all sorts of configuring in order to make it look good. If there's a trend that's going on and it's totally lines up with your body type, you should investigate seeing about adding it into your wardrobe. And likewise, I always say pick trends that are going to work with your lifestyle. We live in a obsessed media with tons of images, and it can get really easy to start living fantasy lives of somebody else, being like, oh, well, if I got this shirt, then I would be walking on the beach and I would be in Paris and I would be, wearing the sandals in the sand and right, all of the things. And that's a fantasy life. For some people, it's their real life, but for some, it's their fantasy life. And making sure that you pick items that you bring into your wardrobe, especially for new trends, making sure they work with your body type, but again, making sure that they also are something that's going to work with your lifestyle. Now, if you can find one that's both, 100% give it a shot. There are so many times for me, even specifically too, where I'm like, I'm not so sure about that trend. We have that moment of like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Seems a little too young, seems a little too old, whatever that may be. And sometimes it just takes trying them on and bringing them into our regular wardrobe to see how they work with other pieces that all of a sudden we do find a brand new favorite. Okay, and like I said at the very beginning, I have made it as easy as possible for you. Click the link below in my comments and I'm going to send you our 2024 Spring Trends by Body Type Buying Guide. Inside, you will find links to each one of the individual body types and the items I've been showing, as well as some substitutions. You're going to find some outfit inspiration and some additional trends that will work for your carrot body type. And the best part, my friends, it is free. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I know that trends can be hard to navigate. Again, as I said before, there's so much coming into you at many different ways. And then in addition to that, it can feel guilty too, right? Like that you have to be on the forefront of trends in order to look young, in order to feel vibrant, in order to feel fulfilled. And so there's just a lot of emotion that comes into it. And what I have found is that if we just buy on emotion only, we tend to not really have a wardrobe that truly works for us or one that we adore. It's really easy when you're like, oh, well, that shirt looked great on them, so I'm going to buy it too. And then it doesn't work. And then you're like, well, why doesn't it work? Is there something wrong with me because it looked great on her? And again, that's just a cycle that I never want to have people in. Honestly and truly, if you buy based upon, I know what my body type is, I know what its illusion of balance goal is, because of that, I'm going to go ahead and purchase items that work with it and not against it. I'm going to make sure they have good fit. And then finally, I want them to be part of my style. I want them to be intrinsic to me. When you do that, you have less wasted purchases, you have better cost per wear, you have less frustration, and you truly have things that you want to wear all the time. And you look forward to bringing in a few trends every season because you know they're going to work for your body type. And friends, as long as you understand your body type and the best way of dressing it, you are guaranteed to have a wardrobe that you adore. All right, have an amazing rest of your day, everybody. God bless and take care. And I will see you next time with more fashion tips and more ways to dress your body type. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.